Wait, what?
Well, what does that mean?
Giveaway eventually given.
I was word. But what was that one show that you were? It's like it's optional. You don't have to Saturday. You make sure you wake up. I don't want to say the expectations.
Like if you're not with me in something, so maybe I'm nowadays to have a career job.
A great turnout, probably maybe our most successful.
Game guy. Campbell autograph.
Just accountability and representation. You got
Mobs and all that stuff, like weird stuff.
That have the experience.
Like the robo
Dealing with my kids. My daughter.
The guy who made the coffee that night, dude. Texas.
Man, they were starting to make money. Kids, second to like kids,
That's when you're not even have security.
This
I'm a guitar player. I'm not saying I'm like that.
he was just cool, and you had a big ass. I figured.
you know, have
Woo! Welcome to this beautiful Friday night for you all. Wednesday night for me and Chris, right?
yeah.
So
I want to say it's Monday. Fuck it.
Monday,
Here it's
yeah,
Monday.
fuck it. They won't
Fuck
even know.
it. It's any day we want, but it's gonna come out on Friday.
All right. So I'm joined here, guys, with my awesome co-host here, Chris.
Word up, word up, word up. Good to see you all. Good to see you. Good to see you, David. Good to see you, man.
So it's fun talking to you, bro. We talked a little bit on Sunday because I went to San Benito. Which, by the way, bro, when I went to San Benito, I got like $60 in mileage. So
You got $60 what?
for mileage for driving from McAllen to San Benito.
Hey, so they paid you
Bro.
60, dude? Dude, I need to drive to San Benito more, man. Give me $60.
That's fucking pizza money, bro, for Adam's party.
Oh, dope, dope, dope. How did it go?
Well, the party's gonna be this weekend on the 19th or whatever. But I was like, fuck, I'm gonna use this mileage to get some fucking pizza money, bro.
Uh-huh. Dope, 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 dope. How's
Hey,
everything
bro.
going? How's everything going?
Good. Real quick, bro. Like best takeout pizza, bro. Like Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Domino's.
Yo, I'm not
What's
gonna
your
lie. Like I know that guy said the N-word in one conversation, but Papa John's is hard, man. Like I think they got that guy out of there because I don't know, like, yeah, he did something pretty bad. But man, I ain't gonna lie, Papa John's is pretty good. But that's like R. Kelly, bro. Like there's a whole Boondocks cartoon about him. Like we all know this motherfucker can sing, but he pissed on a 15-year-old kid once. It's like, you know, he's bad, but he's good at what he does, but he's bad. So it's like P. Diddy. Like P. Diddy wrote a bunch of badass music, but he banged some, you know, Mad Mix or was it Meek Mills. He banged a bunch of weird dudes and Justin Bieber and all these other guys. And it's like, but we know he can make music. Like, I mean, still just doing the P. Diddy dances and shit back in the day or whatever. But, like, you know, there's some bad things in his history. But, yeah, man, I'm going to go, like, Papa John's and Domino's. Those are my two. Like, I tell people all the time, if you go to a pizza party, and I don't know if you guys did this already, to Little Adam or whatever, but, like, if you did Little Caesars, like, yeah, your family don't love you, man. Like Little Caesars $5 pizza. Like I always tell people, if you go to if you know this because you worked at the Big W. You know what I mean? You work with the Big W. Yeah, you do a pizza party to lift everybody's spirits, and it's all Little Caesars. You're like, man, these fucking people, like $1 billion company holding out on the cheap ass pizza, $5 fucking what is it? The hot and ready's, dude. The only thing that's hot and ready are like old people that are getting ready to go out on the town, you know what I mean? Like it's like cougars or whatever, you know, cougars and shit. You know, hot and ready is like when you're sitting on the toilet and you're ready to get off. You're just you want to get off. I'm hot. It's horrible here and I'm ready to run, dude. So yeah, Little Caesars trash. No go. Domino's I feel like is the best of the cheaper pizzas. Mm-hmm. And then if you're going high end, I mean Pizza Hut's always the way to go. I mean, you can't go wrong with Pizza Hut, but like Papa John's though, man, like the crust, the marinara, like it's sweet, like it's good, dude. Do you remember? Here's a quick question for you, for the older clan, Hungry Howie's.
Dude, that's old school, bro.
That's old, and there's still Hungry Howie's in other states that you know work, but it's just that nothing works in the valley, dude. But yeah, I remember Hungry Howie's. If you miss Hungry Howie's, I got a trick for you. You go to like Domino's Pizza or even that fucking weird ass pizza place that I tried that was the one next to your old shop. Remember I told you?
Oh, Pizza Express.
Yeah, you go there and then you go to Walmart and you go to the fucking popcorn section and you buy the powder for the popcorn and you use that on the rim of the pizza and it'll fucking blow your mind, dude. It's so good. I always carry a ranch powder around of it because I fucking use that ranch powder on everything, dude. It's so good. So fucking good.
I get you. I get you. No, yeah, Papa John's is G, bro. But I appreciate you joining us on tonight's podcast. So we're going to be doing sort of a major announcement, guys. Involving. I mean, I'm going to title it something fucking eye catching and shit. But we're going to
Ooh.
be talking about a lot of cool shit. But the first thing we're going to talk to, bro, because I haven't had a chance to talk about it officially on my podcast. We talked about it on yours, but Anime Fiesta. I hope I spelled that right.
True. Okay.
Anime Fiesta recap, bro. So, for those of you who don't know, I mean, I already talked about it one time, but Chris did what was it? Prop Wars, right? Prop Wars.
Prop Wars, man. Prop Wars,
Prop
baby.
Wars.
I'm a celebrity.
Version 1 of 1.
I'm a
So
celebrity.
The pilot.
I'm always a good
episode.
guinea pig, man. That's really what it is.
Yeah,
I'm always
bro.
a team player, so
You gotta wing it, bro. Fuck it.
yep. And it went really well. We did this. It's kind of like a forged in fire version of prop making or whatever. It was so fun. I went up there with my best friend Christella and another great friend of ours, Oz Builds, and Oz took it. He did really well. And it was a really, really fun first time. And I think it's really good because in the cosplay community, there's some people that are cheaters and there's people that are not cheaters. And this is going to be a great way to kind of eliminate the cheaters. So yeah, because cool thing, I told Ramsey, I was like, yo, man, maybe in the next one I can call people out. I want to call motherfuckers out, dude. I want to box planet, dude. And he started laughing. He's like, yeah, that would be cool. But just to be able to call motherfuckers out would be good. But the cool thing is more than likely, like one or two of us can still stay out there. But the thing is we did a crowd appreciation like kind of thing where people can cheer whoever they thought did good. But I think more than likely what they're going to do is they're going to make us the judges for the next one. And I think that's what it needs is you need people up there. I mean, the hosts did really good. The guys they had up there, they were really fun. They were really making people really excited and laughing and carrying on. And I got to kind of like engage with them and kind of joke around and be like the villain of the whole group. So that was like the whole thing is I just wanted to be like the over the top, like I'm confident in everything I do, kind of the way I am kind of shit. But, you know, I really wasn't going up there to compete, like to try to be like, let me beat the fuck out of everyone. I wanted to go up there and I wanted to have fun because I knew it was just like a first time. Even the concept of us, because they ended up telling us like minutes before we went up that there was going to be a first place prize. We literally thought we were just going to go up and compete. And then that was it. They didn't tell us there was going to be like a $250 prize bonus. And I was like, well, fuck, you know, I can retire off of that or whatever. But like, it would have been nice. But like, yeah, like that was one of the things that it kind of like, it shook us. That moment is when it was like, oh, fuck, like it's real. You know what I mean? Like it's a real competition. Beforehand, we were just going to go up there and fuck around and do our thing. But that's where I think like when it came to like Christella and Oz, that's where they became the most nervous is because there was money involved. You know what I mean? There was money. For me, I wasn't nervous. I was just having fun. But like I said, I didn't get the win. Oz won, which is cool. Like I don't mind losing to someone at that caliber of cosplay building. Same thing with Christella. I wouldn't mind if she would have won. Like I think we all thought the same way that if we would have lost to each other, it's well worth it because each one of us in our own right has like a lot of building experience and we build like crazy fucking costumes and shit. So like we're kind of looked at like the best in the valley. And that's why Ramsey even came up to us in the first place is because he doesn't think anybody else is at that level. You know what I mean? But now, since we did it, it's going to be like, what's that fucking food wars or whatever, where now like you brought all the badass chefs to compete against each other and then you're going to put them as the judges in the next one. So that's what it's going to, I want to be Gordon Ramsay, bro. I want to make people shit themselves, dude, when they bring my
fucking raw, bro.
I'm going to look at it and be like, I'm going to taste their shit and be like, fuck out of here with your shit. I'll be the most toxic judge, dude. I'm going to be that guy from fucking America's Got Talent. The one that everybody hates. What's his name? You know what I'm talking
Simon
about? That
Cowell,
fucking one guy that what's his Simon? Simon.
Yeah.
I want to be fucking Simon. I want the people to be like, oh, and here's Chris Ponce saying bum 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 the music and shit. And people are just like, oh fuck, dude. I'm just gonna be like instantly like, if you're trash, you're trash. Go to the back of the line or whatever. Yeah, I want to fuck around a lot, but it was a really, really great opportunity. It was fun. It was something new. It's something I feel like it brought some enjoyment to the convention on a Sunday, which is like a slow day. So it gave people something exciting and something to do. So I was really hyped. It was really fun. And I can't wait to even try it again. If I ever get an opportunity to do it again, I would love to. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So. No, I feel you, bro. I mean, it was definitely something new. I mean, obviously we never did it at Comic-Con, but for me, it was my first Anime Fiesta, bro. It was pretty good. Traffic was decent. I mean, I know it's in a growing stage. A lot of people don't understand that.
Mhm.
It's their second year making a 3-day event, so you're just spreading traffic and so forth. So you got to make every day count, bro. So Prop Wars
Yeah.
was a good little curveball. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna modify it for next year, of course.
Yeah. Did you get to talk to Ramsey about the event? Like he was talking about how
Bro,
like their focus was the line, like making the line super fucking smooth, and it did. If you look at the way he handled the line this time around, like it was really fucking fast, really fast.
yeah, no, unfortunately, I didn't get to. I mean, normally, like after every con, bro, I get to talk to him, but he was like a no show. I couldn't see him at all afterwards. But I mean, it is what it is. I sent him a message on Facebook, like just thanking him and stuff. But I
Mhm.
can tell you, like I talked to you before, bro. Like Comic Con, they use badges and wristbands. Here, they just use wristbands for vendors and everything.
And
So
that's it, right?
I think they're just kind of modifying it, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what they can do to cut costs. And the more costs that they cut, the better it is for the people. I mean, that's the whole point to
Yeah,
save money.
because you and I kind of discussed this on Sunday, but like we being involved in this kind of scene and watching events and being a part of a lot of events, we have that like third eye when it comes to like running and seeing how events are going like smoothly and not smoothly. And you can physically see where like Friday was okay, Saturday was really good, and then Sunday like it dropped. It dropped like a pretty crazy amount. It dropped on Sunday, which again, in my opinion, Anime Fiesta being one of the top three biggest events in the valley for the whole year, I kind of felt like that was very under attended for that day. And in my mind, it's like dang, that kind of sucks. Like what did I think that they did wrong? And where do I think that they should improve to hopefully get it to be where there's more people on Sunday? And that was kind of like the big thing that I was thinking about. Like, I mean, because I had a great time at the event. Like, and I think most people had a good time. It went very smooth. There was not a lot of problems. You didn't have any like weird fucking people being weird with other people and having egregious accidents or people stealing or, just anything there wasn't really much out of place. It just went smooth. And I feel like people that didn't get to go on Sunday kind of missed it. So what is it that I think that they did wrong? I think advertisement went wrong. I don't think it was advertised enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was something about it that like maybe it didn't get the right type of outreach. And the other thing is like there's so many other events that happen in the day now. Like I don't know if you feel this where there's like yes, we have Anime Fiesta, but there would be like 5 other events happening like within the valley.
Mm-hmm.
So people just have all of these different places to go. Like so many. So you have to kind of make a choice and be like, well, do I want to spend $35 and do this anime thing? Or do I want to go over here to this vendor's market that's free? Or do I want to go over here to this like city event that they're having like a fake Halloween thing? Or you know what I mean? Like there's just so many little things that are going on at all times. So the beach, every day's fireworks and shit. Like it's a whole artillery. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just have so much like it doesn't feel unless it's like a city ran event where there's like parades and the city's emblem is all over it. Like I don't feel like it gets enough attention as much as it used to. So like maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's just so much going on that it's keeping people like, what do I do? I'm confused. Where do I go? You know what I mean? What do you think?
I think the demographic itself, bro. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of vendors use the economy as an excuse, but I think if you are targeting that 18 to 24-year-old, so if you're targeting that 18 to 24 crowd, that crowd's kind of like that broke college kid, bro. They don't have a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people that are our age, my age, 30 and above, are they going to buy a pop? Are they going to pay a bill? So you kind of have to readjust to that correct market of maybe like 24 to 30, where they're kind of like taking their life a little seriously, making a little extra money. You know what I mean?
I got that.
Kind of hitting that age group because honestly, that's where it's at right now, bro. Like a lot of people, a lot of businesses are failing right now because they're targeting the wrong audience. They're trying to target themselves, and they're even having a hard time paying their bills.
They're having a hard time.
What do you think someone else is going to drop that money for a $400 card or $200 card or whatever it is? So I just feel
that's
like
a good point.
Yeah, I just feel like that's one of the biggest factors. But yes, Anime Fiesta is driven more towards the younger crowd, but you also have to have the balance of people that spend money, regardless if it's for a vendor or for like Maid Cafe and all that shit, food and stuff. You got to find that balance.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. Yeah, there was, like I said, it did get kind of slow on Sunday, but I still had a good time. I know for you being a vendor, it might have been a little slow. Probably made a little bit of sales on Sunday, but I think overall it was a good fun event. It was a good fun event for it being something that's like still in the making. It's not as big as South Texas Comic Con, even though it's by the same people. That's even to show for like Gamers Expo, right? We have Ultra Gaming Expo coming up in 2 months, I think, or 3 months, and usually that one's the slowest out of the three. So that's kind of like I wouldn't say it's alarming to think that look at Anime Fiesta, which is like the second biggest version of South Texas Comic Con, and that Sunday was like almost like 300 or 400 people, maybe 1,000, maybe compared to like South Texas that gets like 15 to 19,000. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe they need to hit the right demographic or maybe find that balance. Playing with it. How do you think Gamers Expo is gonna go?
So I've never done a gaming expo. I probably won't, just for the fact that it's a 1-day show.
Yeah.
Just because for me, my labor cost wouldn't make sense. Like to pack everything and pay for the spot for a 1-day show, it just doesn't make financial sense for me right now. 2 days show, maybe I would wing it. But I hope it grows. I know talking to Ramsey when I first got here, we were talking about that show growing. You want to bring talent. I know they brought that Sonic guy and stuff before.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you're good. This shit always gets me every time, bro. But I don't know, bro. Hopefully it goes good. I see it's gonna at least unlock them to get them into that South Texas Comic Con mailing list and so forth. So it should work out.
Good call. Yeah, well, I'm excited. Ultra Gamers Expo is always a really fun event. What's cool about it is it's like, even though it's not like as big and it's like you said, like kind of like a 1-day show, 2-day show, there's always so many activities to do because there's like arcades everywhere. Like that was the cool thing. Like there was like pockets of arcades, like in all these just different areas and stuff. So it's really, really fun. You never feel like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it feels more aired out because of the fact that there's so much more room going on. But like, since there's always something to do, you're never bored. The only time that you get bored is when you're bored of playing video games, or you know what I mean? Like, and that's weird as fuck to say. You know what I mean? Like, I'm bored of playing video games. I want to go outside, mom, or whatever. No, it doesn't happen a lot. But yeah, it's always a really fun event. I have a good time when it comes to it. So really excited. I want to cosplay. I want to cosplay. I haven't cosplayed in such a long fucking time.
And what would you cosplay as? What would be the?
I want to fucking, dude. I'm not even lying, bro. I want to do Warhammer. I want to make a big. I want to do a big motherfucking Space Marine outfit, dude. I'm not even lying, man. That or a Helldivers costume. I've been really, really into these two games. I love Helldivers.
You do Helldivers, bro. I'm gonna nerd out, bro.
Yeah, that's me. Like I've been, man, dude. Helldivers I don't know if you guys want to talk gaming, but Helldivers just dropped their 60-day their patch they had 2 patches, right? And it was supposed to be a 60-day campaign. At 30 days, or what is it? The first day that they dropped, it was them fixing all the shit they fucked up in the previous patch. So I don't know if you're familiar with what happened with Helldivers. So the way that these guys came to terms, which the Arrowhead company, or I think it's Arrowhead, they were looking at the game and they have like a set number of like weapons and shit that the characters can use, but the community was only using like 3 or 4 weapons. So instead of taking the 8 other weapons and picking them up so people can have fun with them, they were like, yo, let's just take the 3 that everyone's using and fuck them up. So they fucked up all the cool shit that everybody was using, and then they buffed all the fucking aliens and monsters, and everyone was just getting fucked. Like, it was the worst experience in gameplay. From one moment, this game is selling 2 million copies and then having like 250,000 people playing at once to like 5,000 people the next day. Like it dropped, like horribly dropped. And it got enough that it was almost at that like Sonic the Hedgehog, those eyes are really gross kind of shit, and the teeth that people were like, dude, if you don't fix this shit, like we're out, dude. Like we're out of this game. And the company itself kind of stuck to its guns. And people just were like, all right, cool, like bet, like we're quitting. And they just quit the game. And it was down to like 500 people like that were playing, 200 people that were playing. And then the community, the community guidelines people in the game were like, hey, you know what? We're sorry we fucked up. Give us a chance. and people were like, "Yo, one chance, don't fuck it up." And they were like, they made like a Reddit post, and they were like, list everything you think we should fix. And God, fucking the Encyclopedia Britannica people can't read that many pages, but they know what they fucked up on. So they ended up doing this thing where that they were like, give us 60 days and we're going to make it better. So 60 days starts, first patch they dropped, they fixed like a bunch of cool shit. And people are like, all right, cool. Like, it feels good. Like back on Reddit, people are being positive, games getting back up. Then yesterday they dropped the second patch, which was the last of the 60 days. And we're back, baby. Like we are back. Like it is fucking fun. Like the only thing that this game is lacking now is just like new bad guys or like a new map, like something that every game should be at. It should be where like the fundamental core of the video game is exciting and fun to play. You could get on and just get lost in that world. It shouldn't be where you get on after a hard day of work and then the game just bends you over and makes you feel like you cannot even relax in the game itself. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be that way. So now the game is back to being fun. You have weapons that work against aliens. You're having a good time blowing things up with friends. And then they're just like, this isn't going to be it, guys. Like we're going to make more stuff. We're just going to add from here. And it's like, hey, that's fantastic. Can you imagine any fucking video game that you like the most of and the designers are like, nah, we're going to go backwards. Like we're going to go backwards to like the shitty parts. You know what I mean? Like it's good. They found a pose. Helldivers is back and it's back to being fun. Now you got this cool fundamental between, like I said, Warhammer and fucking Helldivers. And and Warhammer, I don't know if you get to play that game enough. They just dropped a badass fucking trailer yesterday that they're like, guys, it's coming. The next part of the season's coming. Like it's going to be great. And I tell people, Brian, Triggs, we all say the same thing. What a great time to be alive in video games right now. Like it is back, baby. It's like we're not working with any of that sweet baby, whatever, sweet baby ink or whatever. Them people that are trying to fuck them games over and do all that weird shit. Like, nah, it's going back to just the basics of gaming, dude. I'm super excited. Super excited. If you guys play video games, PlayStation free stuff, Dead Space is Dead Space is available for PlayStation members right now. If you haven't played Dead Space, you don't even know. You don't even know, baby.
You don't even know. Well, to circle back, bro, to the main topic of the podcast, bro, our biggest announcement. So guys, officially, I mean, I've kind of told some vendors already, but for the old location, guys, where the office is at, it's officially done. D-O-N-E.
Dunsey, baby. Dunsey.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that you failed, David? Absolutely the fuck not. So what's it called? So long story short, guys, as you know, in August. On April, the week of Comic-Con, the location caught on electrical fire. Was in contact with the landlord for months with updates. Ended up taking a little bit longer. So I ended up getting another job, a real job.
A real job
at a retail store again. But while doing this job, I was just waiting for the office to open back up, guys, and officially talking to the landlord. They ended up selling the building, or they're going to sell the building, I should say, after the remodel. So they kind of kicked everybody out, gave everybody back their refunds and deposits. Fun fact with me is I got my deposit back, and I had about just like 1 month ahead paid. And so looking for a new location, guys. And what I was telling Chris before the podcast, when we were in the green room, is there's actually a location narrowed down now, possibly in Mission or McAllen. That's the two areas we got. So it's gonna be fun, guys. So I didn't say this to Chris in the green room, but I might say it here is I might get the location, but stay closed until January, just to kind of build everything up, guys. So if it goes correctly, it's gonna be like little phases and stuff, but we'll see. But basically, guys, the location's closed no more. We'll just be doing the UCX, Comic-Cons, weekend events. We're still gonna be doing podcasting.
Oh, nice.
We still got season 2, or I might even just restart the whole fucking thing, bro. Fuck it.
Might as well. I mean, I the way I see it too is like, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but I don't do seasons for my podcast.
Yeah.
Right. And that's because I am partially dumb, and I don't know what seasons even mean. I saw another dude yesterday. They do a podcast and they were like, season 20 for our podcast, 200 episodes. I was like, man, dude, I got like 270 episodes. What are you guys even crying about? Like, what are y'all even talking about? Like, it should be nothing at 200, especially when you're climbing and you're not really like a big show. That's the way I see it. If you're not like something that's in a huge production, you know, it's financially building and you're able to pay all the squad off or the production. Like, I don't think seasons are all that important. I think understanding like by year, like how many years you've been active, like I think that's important. Mm-hmm. But seasons, I feel, is like when you're doing like the Colbert Report, or like if you're doing like late night with something, like when it has like an official show title. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that means. Yeah, I don't understand. Like because it's like you have like a specific, because right now you do like, it's like me, I do the Average Boys podcast. So it's the way I treat it is I treat it like a nerd soapbox. I don't know if you're familiar with the term soapbox. Like a soapbox is an old school thing, like back in the 70s, the 1500s, 1600s, where people would stand on the corner of buildings or like sidewalks in big cities, and they would put up a box or something and stand on it and get a megaphone and be like, yo, y'all suck, or yo, the government eats ass, or, you know, this politician. And that's the soapbox mentality, is you get on a place and you talk about your nuts and berries. Like you talk about the things that make you happy or they make you sad, the things that you have an opinion on. That's the soapbox project. That's where I've always thought podcasts are very well set. But when it comes to like sitcom television, is like I said, it's like a late night with Larry Johnson or whatever. And it's like that has a specific title under a television station. So like I feel like it's really good to categorize those actions, because you'll be like, hey, I really think you should go back to season 2, episode 4, because that has this thing that they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like there's specifics. But like if it's soapboxing, I don't think it's like, it's not all that hype to need seasons. But just to be able to do episodes and have fun is what I think is important at the moment. So that's why I've never done. But I'm so like, I always get super eager when I see people like I said, I saw a dude the other day that was like, oh man, we're on season 20, like so great and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. Shit, I think I got like, I don't even know how many episodes. I got like 250, 225 episodes or something like that. And it never even fucking batches my eye as to like seasons. Like I'd be like on season 20, season 20. Well, I don't even know. Season 20 on the first season. Season 20 on the first quarter. And that would be nuts, blow that shit up. But I do understand where it's like, if I need to be able to go back and research what I've already done, like that'd be a great way to go back. Cause like there's times where I'll tell people straight up, like Marvel sucks and it's going to suck at this moment. And I'll do it like 3 years ago. And then we get here. Like the first time I told, when Triggs and Brian were hyped about Kang the Conqueror, and I was like, man, fuck Kang the Conqueror. That's a dumbass character. It's going to suck and they're going to fuck it up. And they're like, nah, Chris, you're a hater. You know, 4 years down the road, they don't even know what to do with that character.
They're fucking
like, even we were just talking. Yeah, well, dude, they literally like, and the thing is like, if I'm not mistaken, that person, what is his name? The guy that was doing Kang the Conqueror, he only got in trouble for like one thing, and it's not even that bad. It's like a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors.
But
he beat his chick, so yeah.
Well, yeah, but like I think like throughout all of it, it ended up being where it wasn't like a huge domestic violence like disruption, right? It was something that could be worked with. Like that's the thing. It's something that could be worked with. And did Marvel have to fire him? I don't know. I mean, I'm not Marvel, but they didn't want to they fired Johnny Depp when Amber Heard was the bad guy. So, you know, for them to just automatically fire this dude, I was like, hey, wait a minute, bro. Like Ezra Miller was there doing Flash stuff at DC, and he held up Hawaii, man. Like he held Hawaii up for ransom. You're going to tell me like this one thing where it's like a domestic dispute that the truth is kind of in and out and they're not really being honest and they got to have evidence. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's still so many things that they could have worked with that guy and they instantly cut him. But I think they instantly cut him because they knew they fucked up choosing that character. Like that character himself is a hard character to write. And that's the same shit that's gonna go on with Null. And Brian's super excited about that. I'm like, nah, bro, you're excited for the wrong reasons, dude.
Bro,
They're gonna fuck all that shit up, dude.
that's
They're gonna
true.
mess it all up. Dude, watch. I'm super excited for them to mess it up. Like, I get more excited to see them fail than I get to see them do good now. That's really bad. Such a negative Nancy, dude.
Negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy. Yeah, but it's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I know how to do nowadays, man, because I can't praise shit that sucks. I just
Very
can't praise.
true. Well, I mean, given everything, bro, with where Marvel's at, did you read the articles on the Phase 6 going on with Marvel?
Yeah, I saw that. I got to see the stuff you sent me, so it was kind of interesting. I kind of see why it's coming, but that's just me being a nerd, right? So, like, being the factor that I have all of this stupid nonsense in my brain, like all this slush and gummy bears and shit. I know a lot of truths of Marvel, and I know a lot of the history, and I know a lot of the comic book nonsense, which, I mean, nowadays that doesn't really get me anywhere, but I guess it gets me somewhere. Like, if anybody's gonna mug me, I just talk nerd, and they just like, oh, this guy's a loser. He just got nothing to leave him alone. You know what I mean? He's a loser. Look at this guy. He's a fucking nerd. He doesn't know anything. He probably got no money. Stop mugging him. The where we are at right now in the stories that Marvel is trying to tell, we're in the part of history and comic book history where comic books sucked and no one was reading them or buying them anymore. Like, we're there. Like, that's where we're at, and that's why fundamentally they can't get this shit right. Like, no one was caring about Carol Danvers when she was a dude, or when she was all dude cut, trying to be all hardcore more than everybody else. No one cared about fucking I don't know, bro, like fucking Kamala Khan. No one cared about all these like young Avenger characters. No one was buying that shit. No one was buying that shit. Everyone was buying what had Tony Stark in it, what had Captain America in it, what had Thor, what had Hulk. The main characters of the Avengers roster is what people were buying, because that's what everybody grew up with. And fundamentally, Marvel had never gotten to a position where those characters either died or left. Like, they had, like I tell people, the same Captain America I'm reading right now and the same Tony Stark I'm reading right now is the same ones my dad read growing up, and he's 80, and the same ones my grandpa grew up, and he had passed away a long time ago, but he was in the Vietnam War. The same Captain America and Tony Stark is the same ones they were reading, and they were the same age also. Like, so those characters never left. Why would I need a whole new set of roster of kids when I still have my original ones? Like, you know what I mean? Like you need to fundamentally have it to where those characters die off and a new generation takes over. And then from there, you can build those new characters. And that was the problem, is they brought those characters in, they tried to shoehorn them in, and no one gave a fuck about them. So here we are watching Agatha all along, and the Demiurge, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, Wiccan, the son of Wanda, who happens to be a demigod. He's literally a demigod in magic in the fucking comic books. And they literally dropped his ass in the Disney Plus series where they were like, no one's watching it right now. A cosmic, and there's a cosmic, not only that, dude, like the idea of, I'm not familiar how far your knowledge goes with comic book history, but death in the Marvel comic books is pretty fucking huge. That was like the reason why Thanos snapped half of existence out in the first place, was he wanted to get in this chick's drawers. Like, he wanted to like hook up with death. He did it to impress her. And you saw how the movies like fucking changed that shit completely. There is no mention of death or anything like that. Well, death is in Wanda. She's in that the fucking, well, not even in Wanda. She's in Agatha for no reason. No reason. A cosmic entity as big as Eternity that was in fucking Thor Love and Thunder. And if you go back to that movie when Jane Foster is fighting Gore in that room with all the kids doing a bunch of weird shit, there is a skull on the top, which is Lady Death as one of the top like characters in the tribunal of all the cosmic entities. Like, her essence is there. The understanding of her being there next to the living tribunal and the in-betweener, all of the weird cosmic gods of Marvel. And she's an Agatha all along. Like, how far have you fallen, Marvel? Like, how far? And then to read in that article that they're like, well, we want to go cheaper budget wise because we want to have more freedom to do stuff in the movies or television shows. And it's like, bitch, you have a lot of freedom. You have a fuckload of freedom. That's why you're fucking all this up, because you're not following the comic books. Like, you're not following anything that people like. You have a fuckload of freedom. I mean, we had a drunk director do Taika Waititi. You know what I mean? Like, Taika Waititi did Thor: Love and Thunder and literally fucked it up on purpose and then failed miserably. So I don't understand why they're like, man, we need more freedoms or whatever. So,
and to put it in perspective for everybody that's watching, there's an article just saying that for Phase 6, they're gonna cut the budget. Basically, to sum up the article, right? They're gonna be very selective on what they invest and how they use CGI, because obviously they learned from their previous mistakes of everything else that Chris was talking about, that they overspent and just pooped out, more quantity than quality, right? So that's what the summit was for the Phase 6 guys. They're just going to kind of control a little bit more. I know that the biggest thing I'm looking forward to for that one's going to be the new Daredevil coming out. So that's going to start off strong, but definitely expect them to be a little bit more mindful with the decisions that they're going to make when it comes to either the movies or the direction they're going to go, or even to kind of wrap up the these phases to go into like hopefully X-Men or whatever it's going to be with the Fantastic Four and everything going on. So if you guys haven't read that article, definitely something to check out. And I mean, we all want Marvel to succeed, man. We want good movies. We want to be excited, bro. We don't want no Joker 2 nonsense coming back and shit. So
yeah, no shit. Like, it's something that, like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of Marvel, dude. And well, DC, like, I don't know if you saw that picture, but did you see the picture of Superman sitting next to Crypto?
Ooh, yeah, bro.
Dude, doesn't that look fucking good? Like, in my opinion, I don't know why that felt so good, because I was one of those people that thought we were past like the silver age of comics. Like, we're past like the Saturday morning cartoon Justice League cartoons. But like, and then James Gunn, like, he makes very like adult style films, and not adult style, but like they're very like very, I don't know how to explain it. They're very saucy. They're very I don't know how to explain it. Like he perverses characters. Like, it perverses the genre, right? Because it kind of pushes the envelope, kind of like Taika Waititi did. Same thing he did with Suicide Squad, where like he takes these characters, he dresses them up in cartoon characters or the comic books, but then he like fucking murders them or gets them decapitated or like does something super egregious to these characters. So like when I'm looking at that and I see that they're doing like a wholehearted like Superman, like that looks like the comic books, like they really care about the character. And then in the back of my mind, my fucking brain goes, oh, but it's James Gunn making this. He's going to fucking like have him get his dick blown off, or like he's going to, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to do something egregious. And I don't want him to do that. Like, I want him to stick to it being a wholehearted, like real Justice League, like Silver Age comic book film. I think it would do very good. And you can have your street level characters be dumb and whatever the fuck, but like those main characters have to like sit where they sit in the comic books in the film. And I think it'd be so good. But Marvel, like, they're in this position where like they just let in a lot of these people that thought that they were bigger than Marvel, than the characters that they were writing for, that they were more important than them. And then they go off and they do their shit. That was like Sam Raimi with the fucking Doctor Strange film. Like, he did a bunch of Sam Raimi shit, but he missed the fucking mark on what a Marvel film was, what a superhero film was. And I know that he did the other Spider-Man movies. Like, I'm not going to shit on that. But even in those films, you can go back and see where he does like his little Army of Darkness or Evil Dead film kind of tropes. Yeah. But he stuck to the thing that made Spider-Man important. He stuck to the family values, stuck to him being a kid and dealing with kid shit, and then his love life with Mary Jane and the corniness between him and his villains. He didn't have that in Doctor Strange 2. He literally was like, oh, I'm Sam Raimi. Here's Bruce Campbell. This is my movie. I do whatever the fuck I want. And it's like, man, you missed it, bro. Like, you missed it. You had a chance. That's the dude that did Joker 2. Like, you had a chance, dude. Like, imagine, David, imagine DC hits you up. DC motherfucking comic books. And they're like, hey, man, I like your TikToks or whatever the fuck. I'm going to give you the rights to do a Joker movie. Like, I want you to make a coherent Joker movie, like in the artistic talent that I think that you should do it. Like, are you going to choose to be like, hey, this is a perfect opportunity for me to say superhero movies suck. Let me fucking shit all over this character. The Joker of all fucking characters, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of all characters, like, this guy chose like one of the most prolific, like, he's a villain, but like, he's so beloved. And he chose to ruin it on purpose. Like, damn that guy, dude. Like, I hope he gets his ass kicked at Burger King. Like, I hope someone jumps the shit out of him.
Definitely.
Just because we could have had something so good.
Well, think of it like this, bro. In maybe 1 year, 2 years, whenever Superman comes out, we're going to have this conversation where Marvel's taking a huge step back. And Gunn's been able to fucking launch DC forward, bro. We're going to be anti-Marvel and more pro-DC, bro.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like James Gunn has to understand this as a human being strategically, that Marvel is in a bad position. They're in a bad place when it comes to making films and television shows. And all he has to do is put the ball in the T-ball step and hit a home run off of the T-ball step. It's such an easy layup. It's Superman. You know what I mean? Like, what are you really, really expecting from it? Grows up an innocent kid, figures out he has superpowers and he's doing cool, saves the day and starts making people happy. Some villain shows up that's strong and punches him or has green kryptonite. Superman finds a way to win, saves the day. People love him. He goes back home, cuts his yard, hugs his mom, eats an apple pie, and chills the fuck out. Boom. Superman won. You know what I mean? It's so stupid how easy it is to make a Superman movie. It's so stupid. So, like, if this guy goes off and does like a whole like, oh, well, I don't want to establish I get it. I don't want to establish a Superman origin story because everyone knows. Got it. You don't have to. But if you're gonna do like the talks are All-Star Superman, the ending of that comic book ends with Superman being so overpowered by the sun, he is irradiated and dies of cancer, and then he leaves all the superheroes to kind of be like, carry on in my name, guys. And if that's the story James Gunn is going with, fuck this guy, dude. Like, because you need Superman. Give me what Marvel gave me. Give me 10 years of Superman. You know, give me 10 years of the Trinity. Like Marvel, like give me what Marvel did of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Like, and good. Don't ruin it. Please, for the love of God, James Gunn. Please, dude. Like, I'm so scared. You have no idea. I'm so scared. But yeah, Marvel with Phase 6, like from Phase 4 to whatever it is that we are right now, like they've already ruined it. Like, they can do whatever they want. So they could tell me they want to go cheaper in Phase 6, and I'm like, well, of course you do, because you've already died. You know, you already stabbed yourself, like bleeding out money with all this other crap you're putting out. I would like them to come in and say like, hey, you know, in Phase 6, first, we want to say we're sorry for Phase 4 and 5. We see where we made our mistakes. We're going to fix it. I don't give a fuck if they're going to save money. To me, them saving money is just them, like I said, them dealing with all the other shit they're dealing with, and they just don't have the money to make those shows work because they're bleeding it out, putting out crap. I want them to come out and say they're going to give us really consistent shit. I don't give a shit if they use CG or not. They were using CG with fucking, look at the money they put into She-Hulk, dude. She-Hulk was bad CG, man.
Fucking garbage, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And that's them with money. Can you imagine them without money? What are they going to do? Just paint a chick? Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, like, what do they mean by we want to cut corners or whatever the fuck? Like, what I think what they should do is they should go, like, right now, dude, can you imagine? With the money that they're putting into all these shit piece of shit shows, right? With CG and all this stuff, they can literally cut back and make a Blade style television show. Like Blade, Wesley Snipes Blade, like the old school, the way they made that shit. And they didn't need that kind of money. You go back and you look at how much they spent on Blade, like it was not even close to what they're spending with like movies nowadays. And Blade to this day is still a great fucking movie. The only problem, and that technology is so outdated. Like that was like in fucking 1K, or I don't even know what kind of fucking format. Yeah, 35 millimeter camera. Like we have filters that match that shit now. You know, everything's like super crispy and clean, but like I've always told people before, can you imagine like Star Wars, like the original trilogy, was done with a 35 millimeter camera, which is still kind of like the pinnacle on what people use in film and stuff like that. But like they were using little monitos like as the spaceships in space. There was no CG. Like, and to this day, the storytelling, you can show it to a child and they will love the fuck out of those movies. You know what I mean? Like they will still love the fuck out of those films because it's good storytelling. Because fundamentally good storytelling with nice visuals is always something that's really beautiful to watch. And Marvel can do whatever the fuck it wants right now. I just want them to be like, hey, well, we're going to do better. They have to do better because of what I said. Like they're in history right now in the comic books, in the films. They're in the part where the comic book industry was suffering because no one cared about these characters. You know what I mean? Like right now, no one bought, even to this day, people still struggle buying Miles Morales. No one bought Carol Danvers comics. No one bought Kamala Khan comics. No one bought Jane Foster Thor comics. No one bought those things. And now they're going to sell us the idea, hey guys, they're coming to film, get excited. And it's like, why, bitch? Like the fans that are originally supporting the series, the Marvel series, the original comic book guys aren't even excited. So like your net to catch the fans, it's weak right now. Like the people that there's a generation, and I accept this. There's generations of people that will watch the series, never read the comic book, and become fan of those characters. Mm-hmm. Like I understand this, and I'm not shitting on those people. Like there's probably fans of Kamala Khan right now more than there were during the comics. But we're getting into fundamentally the area where her stories came out, and they were not adventurous. They were not exciting. There were no villains for her to fight. She was fighting racist people. She was fighting, like, look, watch. And I always tell people this when it comes to racism in comic books. Everybody likes Captain America and Tony Starks and stuff like that because they go into space. They fight aliens. They fight other fucking superheroes. They fight monsters. They fight like the biggest, craziest villains. You make Sam Wilson, the Falcon, Captain America, and the first thing he fights is racism. Like he's fighting racism. He's not fighting aliens. He's not being a superhero. He's just, you're just telling me that he's just being a person of color in a comic book dealing with that shit. When there's aliens, I tell people all the time, if a group of fucking aliens came to the world right now, we wouldn't hate colored people or people of color anymore. We would hate aliens because they're not humans. We would independently connect. And every person, even racist, will be like, nah, fuck them. They're not one of us. Yeah. They're going to be racist against aliens. Then, you know, people come up and be, you know, make political groups against, you know, being racist to aliens or whatever the fuck. But we will eventually have other people to hate. So that idea of like a lot of like racist actions happening still with people of color in comic books, they have mutants, bro. They're mutants. Like in the comic books, even people were arguing the X-Men were like a whole civil rights movement of character. And that's not even what it was about. It was just a group, but they ended up doing like the mutants, like the X-Men and people of those things were having to deal with regular human beings hating them, which ended up being like the civil rights movement. Yeah. So it even shows fundamentally in the comic books that people of color are not the problem in that situation and that racist shit. It is just other people that are not human anymore. Like that's what it ended up fundamentally changing to, the minuscule of racism. So like Captain America changing to a guy with that's black with wings, people aren't gonna bat an eye on that shit. There's a dude that eats fucking planets, bro. I got bigger things to worry about. I can't go buy milk without the Hulk putting his ass cheeks and nuts on the hood of my car. You know what I mean? Like I got bigger problems. So yeah, it's crazy. I could fucking ramble on for hours on shitting on these comic books right now, man. So
we don't have enough. I'm gonna accept the challenge, bro, because with Marvel Comics, bro, they replaced Hawkeye, bro.
Oh my god, dude! I saw
for those people who are not informed. So I forgot. I think it's the Ultimates that came out issue 6 or issue 5. They replaced Hawkeye, which is basically in that timeline. They're recently in the Avengers, but Clint doesn't want to be part of it. Long story short, they go to this other person who identifies as non-binary, bro.
Binary, right? Which I don't even understand the concepts anymore because there's so many different. There's so many different terms. Yeah, but okay, so let me put some context on this, right? So what is the Ultimates? So the Ultimates is based on a comic book that was recently released, maybe about 4 months ago. And what it deals with is there is an alternate universe of people, a universe that was created by this person called the Maker. And the Maker is this evil version of Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four. He's gone off to create his own universe. And in that universe, he's kind of picked and choose who his Avengers are. He made he invited Miles Morales, who originally came from the original Ultimates comic books. It used to be a big comic book, and then they collided those two universes in Secret Wars during an incursion, and we got to keep some of them and mingle the two stories. But the Ultimates universe was a really, really good comic line. A lot of people liked it because it was more in the sense of like, what if we had superheroes in a more grounded world like ours? Yeah. Like all of a sudden, you know, Captain America is this dude that gets put in with the secret serum. And then you get your like Weapon X program, which was like the Wolverine shit. But the only reason why that happened is because other countries wanted a super soldier like Captain America. So they were all experimenting. And that's why they're numbered. That's why there's like Wolverine is like Weapon X. He's number 10. So there's 9 other fucking versions of him or some weird super soldier before that. You have Alpha Flight. You have all the people that are in Hydra that are all super soldiers also. Like that's how you get superheroes. That's how we started getting them. So like that was the concept of the Ultimate Universe is what if they were in our world? And then it got so popular that it was like people were mixing up the idea of the 616 in the Ultimate Universe. So when Secret Wars happened, they were like, well, we're going to have to retcon or we got to bring it all back together. We got to correlate and bring it back to one's timeline, and then we can switch out and bring in different writers and fuck with it past that. And that's where we're at right now. They got it back to the 616. And then recently, like I said, we got a character from the 616 who was originally from the Ultimates who survived the incursion that ended up branching out and creating his own universe. But again, it's an artificial universe created by a villain. There's a bunch of weird shit that's going on in that planet. And sooner or later, we're going to have a whole ass like Ultimates, like the Ultimates war or something against like our universe. I feel like that's coming. But yeah, that's where we get this new representation of Hawkeye in the Ultimates comic book. He's not Hawkeye in our world. He's Hawkeye in another world, which again, I guess Marvel is like, oh, well, it's in another universe. Let's make him trans, bi, Native American, Jewish, this and that. And they just pile it up. They just pile them up. When it's just so difficult for them just to give us normality first and then organic build from there. That's the problem. Is like it's like you say, like you even know this just reading it. The moment we see an article and it's like Marvel now has non-binary Native American, you're just like, oh fuck, like here we go again. Like your mind clicks because you already know that's the same bullshit over and over again. That the reason why that they're writing this character is because the character's personality traits is their race and how they consider making love to something else. And it's like, bro, like, can this guy not be punctual? Can he not be polite? Can he not be heroic? Can he not be courageous? Can he not be someone that's based on family or on culture or on something? Does it have to be about that? Like, do I need to know that he doesn't like boys nor girls? Like, do I need to know that? Is that going to fucking shoot his arrow better? Is that going to make him a better hero? And if it does, tell me, like, show me how it makes him a better hero. Show me his trials and tribulations before you tell me I have to like him because of what he wears on his sleeve. That's what makes me so tired of this shit, dude. So tired. They could give me like the most LGBTQ plus binary anything character, and if I read the first part and it doesn't catch me, I'm gonna think it sucks, and then I'm gonna say it sucks, and then a whole group of people that don't read comics, nor do they buy comics, nor do they care about comics, are gonna be, hey, you're a bad person because you don't support this thing. And it's like, no, I'm not a bad person. It's just you write shitty. You're a shitty writer. You're a shitty creator of characters. Like, you're not doing anything worth a fuck. So like, I don't have to support that. And that's the beauty of like art and shit. It's subjective. But the
Subjective.
moment it gets awards and it can go up for awards, it has to be critiqued. Has to be critiqued. So
What was it,
yeah,
bro? I'm not the target audience.
I am not the fuck no, I'm not the target audience. 100%. And it's like, well, let me ask you, David, because like for me, I'm really big into comics, right? I used to have ginormous collections until I got tired of collecting. But I have my brain is so full of mushy Marvel DC stuff that's all I think about. And then fighting. I just think of Knuckles punching and superheroes. That's all I got. That's all I got. But like yourself, you're like a casual guy. You do this as a business. You're not really like super into the IPs, but some stuff interests you when you see something that's eye catching, something that the ADHD kicks in. You're like, whoa, is that a green costume? Who's that guy? You know what I mean? Like those kind of stuff. How do you feel when you see those type of articles about this kind of situation? Like you being a father, you have a son, he will eventually read comics in some way or other. He's going to run into these characters. Like, how do you feel? Same thing. Like even Ashley, if she wants to yell it from the background, like, how do you guys correlate with this? Cause you have a child that has to be raised in this world. And like, being older, you guys are like, well, that didn't really bother us growing up. Like, but this is something he sees every day on an everyday nature. And then it's told that if he doesn't accept it, he's a villain. And at a younger age, that's more impressed on. It's more pushed on. So how do you guys feel about it?
Well, she's in her own world with some headphones, but definitely for me, bro, the biggest thing is, controversy sells. I mean, obviously they're wording it that way for a reason, right? When they make the articles, but should it be forced down someone's throat? I don't think so. Are they going to do it to make as much money as they can? Absolutely. But I mean, it's just different, bro. Like the world that we live in. Like I was talking to somebody about this. I forgot who, but they were telling me that their kid got in trouble at school, and my kid at school told him he was going to beat somebody's ass, bro. Something you would say when you were a child, and then the fucking teacher tells me, well, it's because we take that's like that seriously. Like we would have to notify the police. I'm like, for what? Like they're just kids like talking shit to each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So is it a more sensitive world? I think it is. I mean, I'm not going to be in a rush to buy this comic book. You know what I mean? Like, but if it helps with the story, I'm going to read it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So, but,
yeah, and that's kind of like fundamentally what we always talk about, where it's like, I don't if they make this character like, well, dude, even crazier than that. Are you familiar with what happened to the Fantastic Four, Johnny Storm recently?
No.
Okay, I'm going to show you this, and I'll share my screen, or I'll tell you what, look it up real quick and type in Johnny Storm, Marvel, new girlfriend. This is even weirder than the fucking Native American guy, non-binary. And this didn't even bat an eye, only for a little bit. Again, only comic book readers care about this shit because we have to deal with this garbage.
Johnny Storm's your girlfriend, Angelica?
Yeah, what does she look like?
Oh, shit. I got to go to images here, bro. Hold on.
Yeah, just go to images.
Oh, you're fucking with me so bad here, bro.
No, I'm not. No.
Such a dick.
Yeah,
such
dude.
a dick. I got
You can share it so that way people can see it. I mean, they won't be able to hear it if they're listening to this, but if they see it, they're not gonna believe it if they don't see it.
I gotta take off the banner. Hold on, let's see.
That's fine. That's crazy, and this just happened like 4 weeks ago. Yeah, man.
Did it pop up?
He's dating a huge ass worm, dude.
Yeah, no shit, bro. That's
and
fucking nuts, bro.
Again, this is like some Star Trek, Luke Picard, the green chick kind of moment, right? So the character looks, I don't even know how to explain it. It looks like a millipede, like with a fucking bald head, right? And that's his girlfriend in the comics. That's literally the person that he's in love with. He stays with, he talks to, he converses. It's not like like I said, it's not like a Star Trek Luke Picard where he just bangs and leaves or whatever, or what's his name? William Shatner's character.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, oh, I always hook up with the green skin girls or whatever. It's not even in that format, bro. This is like a whole ass other creature from space. Mind you, his last girlfriend was Crystal, who was an Inhuman, who a blonde hair with black streaks and does like crazy stuff, has superpowers, but a normal human being. But this one is like, this is really out there, David.
That's
really out there.
That's and very left field there, bro.
That's extremely left field. It's almost like, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it's almost like an animal bestiality kind of thing.
Mhm.
Because like I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Like again, I'm not the fucking audience, but I don't know who the fucking audience is to begin with. How is that an appeal to the audience? So again, right now, what we're talking about is the Hawkeye situation, which kind of is more grounded in reality because of the fact that the wow factor was, ooh, non-binary. Oh, you better fucking watch out. Marvel's about to make all the right people freak out because of non-binary. No one gives a fuck about that, bro. Like we've seen it all, dude. We've seen it all, and 100% it revolves around if it sucks and people don't buy it, that's your fucking fault. Because you took a chance. Because you, Marvel, took a chance on some real stupid ass shit, and you got
wanted to cut expenses.
Yeah, and you can't be like, nah, man. It's the haters. It's the people that don't. No. You fucked up. Just admit it. You fucked up. So, dude, had you even seen that or no?
I hadn't seen that, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Dang, man, that's got to be crazy as hell, man. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the non-binary Hawkeye, like, it doesn't bother me too much. I think it's really, really cool that we're going to get a Native American bow shooting Indian guy, and it just happens to be Hawkeye's name. I think that's cool. You know, but before this, if I'm not mistaken, in an older comic book, we just had a female Hawkeye, and it wasn't Kate Bishop. It was just some random Marine girl that was going against Captain America, like an older Captain America, and it was from a recent comic book not too long ago. So it's not too far fetched that we have like different people being different characters that are, you know, we had a gay Captain America for a little bit too. So that was
Aaron Fisher,
right?
I remember that one, bro.
Yeah. So we had, I mean, it's nothing new. It's not like this is going to be like we've had a million of female actors throughout all our lives, and we've all supported millions. Like, let me ask you, David, what is your favorite female action movie star? Like the one that you really are like, man, dude, like I can watch that shit for days. For me, it was fucking Sigourney Weaver. If not, it was the chick from Terminator. I had a huge crush on the kid's mom in the first Terminator movies. Thought she was the dopest fucking female, and had nothing to do about her being sexy or big chested or boobed or looking. It was just her being tough, a heroine. The same thing like Angelina Jolie. Same thing like Scarlett Johansson. All these people that follow that format. Like, David, who is yours that stuck out the most?
Bro, fucking Black Widow, bro.
Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah,
okay, that's dope. Right there, because right now, whenever a movie comes out with a female lead, that chick is like, oh, I'm revolutionizing it because we've never had a strong female lead. And it's like, bitch, what? Like, are you saying that there's never been strong female leads throughout from this moment to then? Like, it's like, dude, Terminator, Sigourney Weaver in the Alien series, fucking Angelina Jolie and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. There's so many, bro. There's so many females. But the thing is they always claim that moment in history is they're doing it. They're doing it. And that's this thing with the Hawkeye thing. Like, no one gives a fuck if Hawkeye's a dude, a Native American, a girl, a guy. Like, you've already done it all. Like, just give us solid writing, though. That's what we want. That's what I want. I just want solid writing.
Absolutely, bro. And I mean, I doubt this will ever transition into movie. It's going to be that same thing like history, bro. It's that bad part of comic writing right now. So
I don't know. Like, I think with right now in the situation, like, there's a possibility because the Ultimates universe plays a huge factor in Secret Wars, and there's a lot of characters in Secret Wars that in the Ultimate universe that we don't have established in the comics or in the movies yet. So, is there a possibility? I don't know. Like, maybe someone can be like, "Oh, dude, what is it? Like, someone can be like, "Oh, dude, look at the battlefield in Battle World where like Deadpool and Wolverine were." Like, but that'll be where Dr. Doom or Reed Richards is. He controls that world. And then, like, in the background, you see the Hawkeye with the goggles and the ponytail, and you're like, "Oh, dude, it's the non-binary dude, Hawkeye." Whoa, so crazy. They could, I mean, and then he partners up with Kate Bishop, or they partner up with Kate Bishop. It could happen. Could always happen, dude. Never deny it, man. Marvel will always pull some stupid ass shit, dude.
Well, you definitely ain't wrong. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on tonight. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show, guys. So for everyone
What?
that joined us tonight, guys, it's pre-recorded, so don't get mad if we ignore the comments. But a live one's coming soon with a new location, hopefully. It's
Mhm.
probably gonna be random times because that's probably gonna work for now. But thank you guys for joining. If you guys have any questions, feel free to inbox us. If you want to see more of this conversation with Chris, he has his own podcast. If you guys don't know, Chris, where can they find that at?
Guys, you can find us on Sunday nights on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere you guys want to go for your podcasting. We are the Average Boys Podcast. The is DA, not THE. The Average Boys DAB, DAB podcast. And like I said before, oh, we're in a circle. What's up? Boom.
I feel
Superheroes.
with it, my bad.
Superhero Circle. Like I said, every Sunday, 8 p.m., we get on, we talk live. David's usually jumping in with us every now and then when he gets a chance or when I get to invite him. When he has time. It's when he has time. We have Brian, we have Trigger, Michael Betancourt jumps on sometimes. We get a lot of cool people, Del Guzman, get a lot of cool people to jump on the show. We talk a bunch of comic book filth and nonsense and movies and talks, and we just have a really good time being nerds. That's really what it is, and that's what we want. We want to give you guys a corner to be nerds and just nerd out, have a good time, let your nerdy underwear fall off, and just have a good time. So we'll hopefully see you guys Sunday. So
Let your nerdy underwear fall off.
yeah, let it all hang out. Yeah, let your nerdy all hang out, right?
That was good, bro.
Yeah, so if you guys want to jump on with us every Sunday night, so
Nice.
David, I want to say thank you too, man. It's always a pleasure coming on and having a good time, and you letting me ramble on and get all the mud out of my brain.
Hey, wait for the next episode, bro. Next one's grind my gears, bro.
That's my favorite, dude. When I get to talk mad shit about people and things and stuff, bro, I miss that stuff, dude. You guys don't want to miss the grind my gears. I fucking.
Bro,
we just unload, man. We just unload.
That's the highest viewed episodes every time, bro.
am I going crazy? But like, is like the political stuff of like the presidency shit? Is it like pay-per-view? Like, are you getting it? I'm fucking, dude. It's so
like, right?
God, dude. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Like, the idea of podcasting is so big that the president and Kamala and all these people want to sit on all these people's podcasts. Bro, it's crazy, right? Wild, man.
Like,
it's so
how the
crazy.
fuck are you gonna sit in Theo's podcast and shit? Like,
and it being, and you know, podcasting like can go crazy, dude. Can go nuts. I think I heard recently that Trump and Kamala both are gonna do Joe Rogan's show.
Shut the fuck up,
bro. That if Kamala goes on that show, she's done. She's toast. She's toast. I think Joe Rogan's not gonna hold back and be like, wait, that's not true. That's fucking fool. They're gonna have to, like, in my opinion, they're gonna put a lot of like you can't ask this, you can't ask this, you can't. And then Joe Rogan's gonna be like, well, why the fuck do I want you on my show then? Like, that's my show. You're asking to be on my show. I fucking hope he tells him that. Like, I'm not looking for you. You're looking to be on my show. So you're not gonna rule me, but I'm gonna be respectful. But you're not gonna rule me in this. Oh man, I'm fucking. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I just want to see all the spectacle, dude. Like, I just want to see all the spectacle, man.
I'm here for the drama.
Yeah, so that's all I'm here for, man. That's all I'm here for. That's all I'm fucking here for. So shout, man. It's gonna be crazy, but yeah, pay-per-view and everybody got to be watching the election stuff. It's so funny, so funny. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys.
You guys have a wonderful night, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one, guys. See ya. Adios.